I guess in terms of the demographics in Asia, it is continuously evolving. Obviously, we can start off by one of the biggest economies of China. So the middle income of China is certainly continuing to actually increase. And what that's actually driving is the consumption of more premium products. If we were to look at, I guess, the aging population, as well as the new births that are actually coming through. Interestingly, in China, the birth rates are dropping. Last year, the new births have gone down from 16 million to 15 million. However, the spending has continued to rise, which is a very interesting concept. So China is, I guess, leading the race in terms of the increase in middle income, but we can then, I guess, shift over to Vietnam as an example. So Vietnam is an economy that is very much worth observing right now. And one of the key reasons is, I guess, the middle income is one particular metric, but the other metric is the speed of urbanization. So Vietnam, as an example, is one of the very few economies within Southeast Asia where the speed of urbanization is incredibly quick. So as a result, the concentrated spending and the collective spending, because Vietnam is also a very community-driven economy, makes it, again, a very, very interesting market. It's quite important, I guess, in looking at entering into a market to always be quite granular in the way one approaches it. I think Asia, as an example, or overall, is a fascinating place. Japan, as an example, despite its maturity, continues to be a very, very large economy and continues to actually consume many products, albeit it's probably one of the few economies where local products can sometimes command a higher premium than imported products. So I think it is about understanding the idiosyncrasies of every single country. Looking at ASEAN or Southeast Asia as I guess an example, certainly Indonesia is a very, very large jurisdiction where Australia has had, let's say, very close connections with Indonesia over a very, very long period. And certainly, once logistics can be worked through in Indonesia, that will be, again, a very, very interesting country and market for Australia to explore. Singapore is always a good accessible market for Australia. First of all, because it's small, and the population is relatively dense. Yeah, I think Brisbane has certainly some very unique, let's say, features, because first of all, we are accessible because we are along the east coast, so we have good access to the other major cities within Australia. At the same time, we have a very diverse economy. So as a result, we're able to attract many different people coming on to I guess, our lovely city. As a result, that can then drive further consumption. So it's the fact that we do have very solid foundations that can allow us to actually further expand. And I see that as a genuine advantage compared to, I guess, even some of the other cities.